That will be sticking in the minds of Galway supporters. Have our hurling analysts any words of encouragement for them? Donald O'Grady and Liam Sheedy join us now in studio. This, I would suggest, gentlemen, is a defining game in the current era of Galway hurling, because blah, 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 of all the stuff since last year's All-Ireland final, sacking managers, etc. and so forth. Today is the day when they've got to produce something. Yeah,
look, a lot has went on outside the white lines, I guess, in the last number of months. Big call by the Galway players. To Anthony Cunningham was the man that felt the brunt of it, I suppose, in the back. When we go back, last year's All-Ireland final, 14 points to 1-8 at half-time. Could have been further ahead. Complete capitulation in the second half. Only scored 4 points. They got a consolate goal in the last puck of the game, but ultimately only scored 4 points in that second half when there was an All-Ireland there to be won. Yeah. So today is really a redemption, I think, for these players. They've made a statement. They need to make it inside the white lines today. So that's probably what makes today so intriguing.
It certainly is. I suppose, Donald, you can look at this one of two ways. Either Galway will step up to the plate today to prove, as Liam said, that they were right in their gut feeling about the whole setup, or the pressure that they've put themselves under might come against them as well. How do you see it?
Well, there's always that with Michael, really, but you'd have to say that we say the first 50 minutes of the second half of last year's All-Ireland was a defining moment in that game, right? Okay, so obviously something happened. There's lots of rumours around, but the thing that happened that time was like that they failed to counteract, we say, Kilkenny's pressure in that 15 minutes. But at least now, right, we say Micheál Donoghue and the rest of the players will know like that's the type of pressure that Kilkenny put on. Yeah. So they'll have learned something from it. So they'll have to come in here with a positive frame of mind. Throw the kitchen sink at Kilkenny, see how it works. If it doesn't work for them, well, fair enough. If they give a performance, that's all you can give. If they walk off the field at the end of the game and say, like, we left everything out there, right, okay, that's all. Anything less won't be good enough either for themselves and particularly for their supporters.
Well, I suppose Galway's Micheál Donoghue, for whom this is indeed a new experience today. They have been talking to Joanne Cantwell.
Brian, is everybody fit and ready to go?
Yeah, everyone's okay, Joanne, so we're playing as selected.
What's it like gearing up to play a team you've played so many times over the last few years?
Yeah, obviously there's been a lot of meetings between ourselves in Galway over the past few years, and all great battles, so we know it's going to be a fierce battle again today. There's nothing between us and this Leinster final, so it's a huge game, huge day for both teams.
Different manager for them this year. Is there a chance that they'll set up differently and you'll face a different type of team today?
Don't know, obviously just don't know. I mean, we have no way of knowing that. They played against Offaly and they won that game. We have no sort of preconceived notions about what they might do. I suppose we're more concerned about what we'll do ourselves.
We're really happy the way things have gone for the last couple of weeks. Obviously the game against Westmeath and Offaly have gone well for us, and the boys have worked really hard the last 2 weeks now, so we're really looking forward to today, and hopefully we get a good performance.
In many ways, is this potentially a defining game for you and your men, particularly for the season?
I think, the further you go in the championship, the bigger the games are coming. And there's a big prize at the end of today in the Leinster final. So we're here to give it a good rattle, and I think the boys are ready. Yeah.
How do you get them ready, given that they've had so many encounters but have struggled to come away with a win against this opposition?
They know them well, but there have been occasions where they have beaten them. So as you said, there've been many an encounter and many a good encounter for Galway, so hopefully today will be another day.
Micheál Donoghue and Brian Cody there. Where do you guys see the battles being won and lost, or the key battles at any rate in this one?
Well, one of the situations is that Fergal Moore isn't lining up a left corner back, and I think Galway are bringing in Garrod McInerney now. Right. He's more of a half-back, and I think that Padraig Manning will probably slot back into the left corner, where he played impressively enough last year, you have to say, and he's tall, he's good, he's athletic, he's a good hurler, right? And McInerney's probably brought into the half-line maybe to patrol Walter Walsh. Walsh has been significantly good for Kilkenny this year, right? His work rate has been up. We've often seen Walter Walsh here, and sometimes he looks disinterested, right, a few years ago, even in the All-Ireland final, right? But he's gone far past that now, like that. He's one of the most impressive Kilkenny players this year, so Galway have to put the shackles on him.
Put pressure on themselves, and I think the players themselves and the supporters will be looking for this day for a huge performance from Galway. They haven't been far away over the last number of years, but they've only won one of the last 10 championship games against Kilkenny.
That's true.
That was 2012 Leinster final. But on their day, they're very, very capable. We know Kilkenny will turn up. Will Galway? That's the question that will be answered over the next 70 minutes or so.
Well, both teams are here, but let's take a look at the Kilkenny side. Glenmore's Owen Murphy has firmly established himself as first-choice goalkeeper for Brian Cody's team in recent seasons. It seems every year Kilkenny produce a new star, and this year so far it's this man, Robert Lennon from Bennett's Bridge, who retains his left cornerback jersey. Pádraig Walsh, Kieran Joyce, and 2 times an All-Star Cillian Buckley from Dixborough form a very strong and formidable half-back line. Wearing number 8 and 9 is Conor Fogarty and Michael Fennelly, a centre-field combination that has served their county well and may well swing the game Kilkenny's way in the middle of the pitch. Last year's Hurler of the Year, TJ Reid, leads the attack with Walter Walsh at 10 and Lester Ryan, who moves from midfield where he played against Dublin, to left half forward. John Joe Farrell was on fire against Dublin as he scored a spectacular 1-5 from play. So it's no surprise that once again he joins up with Colin Fennelly and Owen Larkin in the full forward line. Kinvara's Colm Callanan was the All-Star goalkeeper for 2015, and deservedly so, following a summer of spectacular saves. He's a good starting point for Micheál Donoghue's team. One late change sees Gearóid McInerney join Johnny Cohen and John Hanbury. McInerney replaces Fergal Moore. Pádraig Mannion was brilliant at cornerback last year, but this season he's upgraded to the half-back line, where he joins Turlough Moore's Daithí Burke and Aidan Hart. It's a very interesting midfield partnership, with team captain David Burke partnered by Mullya's Davy Glennon. Their performances are crucial to Galway. Oranmore Marie's Niall Burke is at 10, with Joseph Cooney picked in the middle to lead the attack. Interestingly, Joe Canning is named in the half-forward line, but he could end up anywhere. Galway hurling supporters were delighted during the week to hear that Conor Whelan and Cathal Mannion will be joined in the full forward line by this man, Conor Cooney, whose red card against Offaly was rescinded, and he starts at top of the left. The man in charge is Fergal Horgan in his very first Leinster hurling final, and it'll start in just a few moments. Back to you, Michael.
Thanks, Marty. Well, as you can see,
I think that's very clever from Galway, to counteracting TJ Reid straight away. They knew he'd probably go in there to try to take John Hanbury like Seamus Callanan did last year, but a good move with Daithí Burke gone back there. Well, it remains to be seen if it's a good move.
Aidan Hart cutting the ball in, coming through the middle with Joseph Cooney, and that is just about getting over the crossbar. He was a little bit doubtful before the game. He wasn't feeling the best, but all the jittery nerves are gone, and Joseph Cooney from Sarsfields has registered Galway's first score.
Yeah, he scooped it well over the bar. He's played well against Offaly, scored 3 points, I think, from play.
Ball up. Paul Murphy, they all fall down. But he is such a... Robert Lennon, second championship match to start. Laying it off for us, Cillian Buckley. Bennett's Bridge and Dixborough combination. It runs on for TJ Reid. Chasing him is Daithí Burke. TJ looking around, he has to go back outside. Waiting there is Conor Fogarty. And Fogarty sends in a shot, which is going to the wrong side of the goal. In comes TJ Reid with that now familiar lift and scoop. Laying it back for us, John Joe Farrell. 1-5 against Dublin from play, and he is already on the scoreboard in this one. Good score.
That's a great score. We've seen TJ Reid on the ball a couple of times so far, using it very intelligently there. Lovely ball out to John Joe Farrell and over the bar. See, Johnny Cohen has switched over there. Pádraig Mannion back in the right corner. Galway backline has changed completely from the programme.
Colm Callanan, long ball, comes down towards Conor Whelan. Cillian Buckley is rock solid at left half back as always. Lays it off. Pádraig Walsh steps forward from a right half back position. Sends a diagonal ball over towards TJ Reid. Batted down for Pádraig Mannion to pick it up, or should have. It's still available. It's knocked away. Over comes Aidan Hart. Owen Larkin. The green and red helmet and the blue boots. But that ball is just after, as informed the referee, to go to Hawkeye to double check, which is a wise call. And it looked inside the post. It still looks inside the post. In fact, it's outside the post. Sends it over in front of the Hogan. And again, it's Cillian Buckley. Spotted that Colin Fennelly was available, but just hit it a little bit too powerfully. David Burke, captain from the St. Thomas's Club. They won the All-Ireland Club title a few years ago. Coming on the overlap is Cathal Mannion. And that's straight between the posts. Good play, Galway. Showing loads of potential up front.
Yeah, it was Joseph Cooney. A lovely quick hand pass off to Cathal Mannion. Made a good run off his shoulder and nice angle. Stuck it over the bar. Good score.
Sends in a dangerous ball and it runs on for Conor Whelan. Difficult angle. Well blocked out. 65 points in the opening 2 rounds of the Leinster Championship against Westmeath and Offaly. Scored 8 points on each occasion. But this ball is to the right and wide. It's a bit of a disappointment. still got his clearance in despite the pressure. Walter Walsh was coming through like a hurricane, but just didn't quite gather the ball cleanly. Conor Fogarty. Here's Walter Walsh going for his first point in this Leinster final, and the white flag will be raised.
I think Garrett McInerney is going to be disappointed there. You know, he had lots of time to clear the ball long way up the field, mishit it, and just fell to Walter Walsh, simple chance, and put it over. And
if and when he's introduced. Once again, it's Killian Buckley looking very, very sharp at left half back. Over for his own Larkin. Ball across aimed at John Farrell. Here comes Colin Fennelly, fully recovered. John Hanbury with him. Scale. Oh, this is great scale. Oh dear, except the finish. Colin Fennelly drives it wide. For very important help of Davy Glennon. Sends it down the middle. Much better. There's a chance of a point here if it has the energy and the legs off the stick of Conor Whelan from beautiful Kinvara in the county of Galway.
yeah, lovely ball in there from David Lennon in front of him. Great pick-up, and you know, there was a 2 or 3 on one there. I think if he turned and went with that, Niall Burke was gone outside him, but he looked.
Brian Cody doesn't applaud that often along the sideline, but he could see what Killian Buckley and TJ Reid were trying to do. Niall Burke, Oranmore Marina laying it back, whereas Dahi Burke, Turlock Moore flicking it forward. Not a great ball, but it could still work out. This is Conor Whelan sending this very high and between the posts. Good score, 2 points in the space of about 2 minutes.
Yeah, and the least experienced of the Kilkenny defenders is Robert Lennon, and Conor Whelan very, very pacey. You know, he burst on the scene last year. He's only 20.
Lengthy puck out again. Noah Murphy puts the immediately obvious, but TJ Reid is tapping this over the bar for his first point in this Leinster hurling final. I think I remember him telling me that his proudest day was captaining Ballyhale Shamrocks to the All-Ireland club title. Some hurling. So too is this man, Walter Walsh. And he's acres of Croke Park in front of him. Uses the short grip, so he can't be hooked. And that is over the crossbar. Good score. It's the second point of the match.
Yeah, great play by Tariq Walsh down that wing, threw it into space. And again, like I said about Robert Lennon, you know, Garrett McInerney, not that much experience. Walter Walsh, 2 points scored, even though Garrett McInerney has been on a bit of ball, and it just shows you the step up. You know, out there in Croke Park, there's no hiding places.
Sides level for the third time in this Leinster final. Oh, Robert Lennon. Great catch. And it's going to be a free out for the Kilkenny Cat.
That's a phenomenal catch by Robert Lennon, obviously anxious to get himself into the game, and you saw David Lennon coming in there.
He is taken. Walter Walsh got a touch to it. Coming across is Aidan Hart. Joe Canning playing at left half back. Ball comes back out for his Conor Fogarty, and that is going to raise a white flag. Good play, Kilkenny. Good play, Conor Fogarty.
It is, Marty, but I think, you know, Galway supporters were saying, what is Joe Canning doing back there? You know, he mishit a clearance and straight to Conor Fogarty. He looks to be out around the middle of the field now, and
somehow, knowing Jackie, you probably will see him sometime this summer, if not today. Nice work by Carl Mannion. Got inside the cover. What can he do about the finish? Second point of the match. A really classy play by Carl Mannion.
yeah, he took that away there from Joey Holden. It's a lovely cut back inside, made space for himself and over the bar.
Glenmore's own Murphy with the puck out, comes down towards TJ Reid. Falls nicely for Colin Fennelly. Options available. Big brother Michael is to his right. This is Fennelly. There's a chance of a goal. Oh, Colin Callanan. What a save. All-Star goalkeeper 2015. And the Kinvara man had to be cat-like to keep out the cat-like shot from the opposition.
Yeah, great ball by Colin Fennelly into Michael, and John Joe Farrell, was it Lester Ryan, I think it was, had a chance there, and fantastic save, an absolutely brilliant save there by Colin Callanan. It was Lester Ryan. Say TJ Reid, maybe John Joe Farrell would have stuck that in the corner of the net, and great save.
TJ Reid with the subsequent 65. Straight over the black spot for his second point of the match. One from a free, one from a 65. This was the incident again.
Michael Fennelly, lovely short-hand pass there, and a brilliant save by Colin McCallum going backwards, and very, very important at this stage. And very open game so far, Marty, very enjoyable. You know, I thought it'd be much more physical. It's not. The ball is flying up and down the field, and it's, you know, it's a fine game of hurling.
Bit of a debate along the sideline who was going to take it. Ultimately, it's Joe Canning. And of course, we have seen many times in the past in putting this straight over the crossbar. It's on its way, but it's going to be a little bit short. The ball is loose and available. Kenny under a little bit of pressure. There's a throw ball from Joey Holden, and that's going to be a free in for Galway.
Yeah, you see the ball, Joey Holden there trying to come out, well tackled, he slipped there, and hard to see, obviously just popped the ball out of his hand there. I said that's a good call by the ref, and this is, to me, Joe Canning, you know, we should go for this. Only 20 minutes gone, they're a point behind, and I think there's no harm in having a pop at this one.
Just outside the 20-metre line, inside the D, Joe Canning. 5 Kilkenny men along the goal line, but he takes his point. It's early days. Obviously, is the decision in Joe Canning's mind. Sides level for the 5th time. TJ Reid got his fingertips to it, but it's Aidan Hart that has the slither. Pumping it into the corner, but again, Paul Murphy is unmarked momentarily. Cathal Mannion is coming in to challenge now. Davy Glennon. Effort is half blocked. Coming forward is Pádraig Walsh, ahead of Conor Cooney. Up towards Colin Fennelly. Ball falls nicely for Johnny Cohen. It's a poor delivery, however. Confident play by keeper and corner back. Davy Glennon. Hand pass is swift to David Burke. Back to the aforementioned David Glennon. He skips by several challenges. Shields himself from the challenge coming in, and that is a brilliant point. Note the name, David Glennon. Note the place, Mullia, County Galway. Really good score.
That was a great score, Marty. There was a passage to play there. It was a bit scrappy, ball up and down the field, and plenty of mistakes from both sides. And David Lennon just took control there, and you can see what it means to him there. He's been in and out of the team over a number of years now, corner forward, wing forward. I, for one, maybe doubted he had the physicality for midfield at inter-county level, but he's proven me wrong today so far.
Puck out again is a long one. Comes down towards David Burke. Lays it off quickly. Fires Pádraig Mannion. What a season he had in 2015 at corner back. So good that he's out now playing in the half back line. Nicely won indeed by Cathal Mannion. Twisting and turning, but Murphy never gives up. Great block down. Kilkenny come forward, surging forward is Pádraig Walsh, but the pass is a poor one. Lots of passes going astray in this match. Lots of ball put into space, but they're not winning down this left flank. They all collide, they all fall down. And that was accidental. Joe Canning is down, Killian Buckley is down.
The referee has actually given a free against Joe Canning there. He judged him to run into the back, from which I think you can clearly see there he didn't do. He pulled out of the tackle, if anything. Great bravery there by Robert Lennon, you know, brilliant catch.
Loose and available. TJ Reid is in there, so too is Colin Fennelly. Looking for the support. Plenty of Galway players around him. Good work by David Burke as the sliotar was just coming to Conor Fogarty. Picked up instead by Lester Ryan into the centre, but good interception. Conor Whelan. Nice stick work, lovely stick work. Just mightn't come off for him, but the Catog was in use, and the little flick was a joy to behold. The whole plan just didn't quite work. Just watch this. Little flick away from the Kilkenny man, and then the kick accidental resulted in a sideline ball for Killian Buckley. Knocked away on this occasion. Conor Fogarty takes the hit, not once but twice, and deems to have been charging with the sliotar. And again, the tension is palpable. There's a little pushing and shoving and standing up to each other as these two counties develop a bit of a history in recent times.
I think the ref got that right, Marty. Conor Fogarty got the ball, there was nowhere to go, he tried to burrow through, and Galway man stood his ground. Good decision.
He's inside his own 65-metre line, Joe Canning, giving this everything. It looks good even from here. Straight between the posts. Galway lead by 2.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal strike, but Joe Canning makes it look so easy. Fantastic player and a great scorer, and Galway working very hard. They're harrying, chasing the numbers, and definitely they're up for this game. If we thought beforehand what was going to happen, this is going to be so far a very, very good performance by Galway, and they're going to not go down without a fight today.
Lester Ryan had it momentarily. Here comes John Joe Farrell heading towards the 20. Well surrounded, first and forward. Speed and intensity is Pádraig Mannion. Laying it off as Aidan Hart from Gort. Good ball, works out fine for Cathal Mannion. He shot twice, he scored twice. He shot 3 times and he scored 3 times. The name is Cathal Mannion from a Hasker for Yan.
Well, Marty, this is very impressive by Cathal Mannion. Some great tackling first of all by the Galway defenders. Great ball up by Aidan Hart, but Cathal Mannion was taken off last year in the final. He was on Paul Murphy and the Leinster final and scored 3 points off such a great player early on. Great display by Mannion.
Kilkenny haven't scored since the 17th minute. It's 11 minutes ago. Long ball again aimed at Conor Whelan. Won this time by Robert Lennon. Left for Killian Buckley to clear. Owen Larkin going up for it. Ball again is loose and available. Garrod McInerney going down on it, but was he fouled? He was. Free for Galway.
That was the pressure again of the Galway forwards. Killian Buckley, 4 men closed in, and when he went to clear that ball, he just poked a real high ball up in the air and made it easy for his defenders to get around that ball, and Garrod McInerney fouled.
Colin Callanan already with 1 great save in this opening half of this Leinster final. One of the most experienced players, will be 34 years of age in just about 2 weeks' time. Dropping this one in, knocked away, comes back outside. There's Joseph Cooney, had the time to pick it up and split the pucks. It's also his 2nd point of the match. And Galway stretch their lead to 4 points.
A lovely bit of footwork there, big man Joseph. I mentioned him earlier on, and maybe the arm was up high. Kilkenny haven't scored in an age, and this is an easy free. It just keeps them in it.
13 minutes since Kilkenny scored. TJ Reid will be happy to put this. John Hanbury is okay. Come back into his position, having a look around to see where Colin Finnelly is, as his teammate Joe Canning takes this free. Again, inside his own 65, more or less halfway between the 45 and 65. That camera angle gives you the idea. He really put his whole body behind it, looked at the target, and sent it straight between the posts. White flag waves. 3rd point of the match for Joe Canning.
Yeah, another great strike, and look, at Galway just need to keep doing what they're doing. Move that ball fast into the full forward line. Conor Whelan and Cathal Mannion, 5 points between them so far, and they're very, very dangerous in there and well on top.
Galway get the breaking ball. Joey Holden leaves it behind him, but Paul Murphy again is there to sweep up behind the full back. Picked up by Pádraig Walsh. Testing ball between Pádraig Mannion and Owen Larkin. Mannion wins that particular 50-50 ball. Runs on nicely for Joe Canning. In cries Cathal Mannion. Little chink to the left. Hits the sliotar straight between the posts. Very impressive play, Galway. It's his 4th point of the match.
Well, great ball by David Burke up to Joe Canning. Nice pass inside, and Cathal Mannion takes a point, and Kieran Joyce late tackle Joe Canning there. He's getting a yellow card, and rightly so. Took him out of it. Joe was trying to go on and take a return pass.
So a yellow card for Kieran Joyce.
Great link to David Burke. To me, an absolutely outstanding midfielder. His deliveries, his link play is first class. And that was a brilliant ball in. And Galway did very well in the middle of the field.
Great catch again by Cormac Mannion. 50-50 goal. Like the point he created a short time ago for Carl Mannion when it was. And takes his point with ease. It's this All-Ireland champions. You really have to take every single opportunity and minimize your mistakes as much as possible. TJ Reid for the middle of the field. Looks good. It is good. Big, strong lad.
Yeah, well, he was obviously picked to man Markham, as I said earlier on, and Walter's got 2 points, but Garrett McInerney's done very well as well.
Here's Joe Canning. And the sliotar sails between the posts for the 4th time for Joe Canning. And for the 13th time for Galway. Heading towards that 39th minute now of this first half. Crucial time. Comes first John Joe Farrell, straight from Owen Murphy's puck out, little turn, and he scores his 2nd point of the match. Direct hurling by Kilkenny.
Yeah, a simple score, but he watched the break well, and he just turned back inside lovely there, and with his back to the goal, back over his shoulder. Again, a player full of confidence after the last day. He scored 1-5 against Dublin, and 2 good points. Another good battle with him and Johnny Cohn. A lot of good battles throughout the field in the first half.
Puck out is aimed at Cathal Mannion, but it goes out over the sideline. Well, believe it or not, it's a case of deja vu, because last September...
And I was just saying to you at half-time, this has shades of September 2015 about it, in a way.
Well, no, Michael, right, okay. It's set up now for, last year's All-Ireland, Galway were blown away in the first 15 minutes. You look at Kilkenny against Dublin in the recent match, came out after half-time, really put the pressure on. Now I'm expecting Kilkenny maybe to introduce Richie Hogan, just to see what they have. So at least, Liam was there, I was there, right, in case of, forewarned is forearmed. So at least Galway should have some template now that if Kilkenny come out with a certain structure, last year they dropped their half-forward line way back, they squeezed the play, right, okay? Michael Fennelly was a huge player for them. He's not that influential today yet.
Sure, yes.
Right, okay, so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'm sure all the viewers at home and everybody looking at this match is going to say, right, what plan would they have put in place last September if they had known how things were going to transpire? The time is now for that.
The thing about Kilkenny is, and we know this, Liam, over the years, is Kilkenny don't do sort of panic when they find themselves in a tricky situation in the match. They just battle it out. They just wait and wait. It's like the cobra squeezing the life out of you, kind of,
Yeah.
And then you find yourself in trouble.
Yeah, they do, but, they'll be a little bit concerned at the same time. Defensively, Galway are really on top. Cathal Mannion and Daithí Burke have been immense in that first half. They've really been on top of them. And apart from Walter Walsh, John Joe Farrell has tipped in, but Walter Walsh had a good start.
Yeah.
Himself and John Joe Farrell and Walter Walsh both have 2 points each. Outside of that, no other forward has scored from play. So, that's a real concern for that Kilkenny forward line, because that's not a statistic you generally see with this forward line.
Well, it is, and in actual fact, to contrast that, then, Liam, Galway have been scoring well. They have taken some lovely points in that first half.
Yeah, they have, and there was some question marks. I mean, Cathal Mannion had very poor days against this defence. The last 2 times last year, but he's been very good. Conor Whelan burst onto the scene last year, and he's carrying that form again into this year. I think that's a fantastic score. He's taken Robert Lennon for 2 points in that first half. That's a really good start. You see here Galway, like David Lennon. We all know the pace he has, but generally when 4 of these boys face up to you, you don't come out on top.
Sure.
That's an inspirational score for David Lennon there, because it sends out a real message to say we're here, we're taking you on today. And likewise here's Cathal Mannion. I mean, this is just one of his scores that we picked out here. He's got 4 wonderful points in that first half. He's so effective. I mean, he done that in the All-Ireland quarter-final and semi-final last year. Failed to replicate it in the final, but when he gets on the ball, he's really, really nice. And, lovely striker. Seems to have all the time in the world and very comfortable striking off the right or striking off the left. And as I said, he's picked off 4 lovely points. So, Galway will be very, very happy having that 3-point lead in the first half, and full value for that in the first half performance.
Oh, they will. There's no question about that. Donald, you were talking to me about the Galway's delivery of the ball, which has been impressing you.
Well, I think early on, right, if you look at Galway, right, okay, when you're playing Kilkenny like that, you need to be measured, right, and Galway just belted the ball away, right, okay, and this one, the last person you want is right into the hands of Paul Murphy. He sweeps it up, free to Kilkenny, end of story, right. When you have possession, you have